Hi guys! Today I thought I'd show you how to do a really easy cane but do something a little bit different with it. It's more of an abstract look. So all I've got here is a whole 2 ounce block of Primo translucent. You don't have to use Primo, you can use any clay brand you would like. So there's that log ready to go. I've rolled out a strip of black Primo and this is rolled onto a number 6. I use an Atlas 150 and the thinnest setting on that is 9, so this is fairly thin. And I've also rolled out some white and that's rolled onto a number 5, and that's all the clay you're going to need. First thing first then, I'm just going to take my strip of black and quite simply wrap this in the black clay. Just tidy those edges a little bit, and this clay is extra sticky today, the black clay, and I'm just going to roll it in there, give it a gentle rock so it leaves a little line so you know where to cut, and just cut away the excess. You're also going to need some black clay for a backing as well, so I've got some of that to one side. So just wrap that up in the black, give it a roll. Okay, and then I'm going to take the white clay and do the same thing and just wrap that up as well in the white clay. Okay, I should tidy the edges first. I always find it awkward to do this. A weird angle. I don't know why I turn my blade around either, it makes no difference which way the blade is. Derp derp. So I'm just tidying it up as best as I can, just to straighten. I mean, I don't get too overly concerned about the ends of the cane at this point because it's going to get reduced and they always get removed anyway, but just tidy it up a little bit. Again, just roll this up in the white clay, give it a little rock. Please don't stick to me. And just remove that excess as well. And that's a bit of an overlap on that. This clay is ultra sticky today, so I'm just going to remove that excess there. And just give it a little roll. You're also going to need a little bit more of the white clay down the road, so I'm just going to put that to one side. And I'm just going to give this a quick roll just to smooth it all out and get rid of any air bubbles, like there is one there. I just want to answer a question while I'm here. In my last video I did some faux stones, and I mentioned that in some of the pieces there was a lot of plaquing. Now quite a few people have asked me what plaquing is. It's quite simply when air gets trapped in the clay and you can see like little pockets. That's all it is. Having said that, I did actually leave a link within the description that gives a full explanation on what plaquing is and how to avoid it, but I guess not everybody looks in the description, so I just thought I'd quickly answer that now. And just a reminder that there's a lot of information in the description, which is the down arrow next to the video's title. You just click on that and all the information will be in there. Okay, I'm just going to go and roll this black and white out again, and I'm just going to roll this onto a number 5. Just give me a second. In fact, guys, I'm going to roll it onto a 6. And the same with the white. Actually, no, I don't need to roll the white out. I just need the black. All right, so I've got this rolled back out onto a number 6, and I'm just going to take my blade. No, I'm not going to take my blade. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm all over the place. I'm going to take something I can poke into the clay just to make a little groove. So I've just got this paintbrush, so I'm just going to push that in there I really need to invest in something a bit more substantial than a cheap paintbrush to do these grooves, but I've just pushed it in there and I've given it a little rock, and you can see how far down it's gone. Not that far really. And I'm just going to take some of this clay and roll it into another sausage big enough to fit into that groove that I've just made. So just give that a roll it out. See, just about perfect. Just slot that in there, give it a little press. Don't worry about this going flat at the bottom, that's fine. And then I'm just going to take my blade again and I'm just going to cut a groove, well, I cut a slice down here and open up that cut like so. Let me see how far down it went. A little bit below where this went. So that cut is going a little bit deeper than that groove. And I'm just going to get the black clay, which again, just a reminder, is rolled onto a 6. Oh, that's not going to be, yeah, that's going to be fine. I was going to say that's not going to be long enough, but it is. I'm just going to take that bit off there. Straighten the edge, and you just want a little slice like that. We're doing 2, so I'm just going to cut the 2 pieces out now. Whoops. Reopen that cut because it's closed back up again. Oh dear, making a pig's ear of this. What the heck? Alright, so open that back up. And just, whoops, just slot that in there. And then close it back up. I think I should have probably bleached this black clay. It's mega sticky today, and it's quite cool down here as well. Must be extra fresh. I don't usually get Primo this sticky, but anyway, it's fine. So just cut another little slot in there and put that little strip of black in there as well, so you end up with something like this. And I'm just going to tidy the edges. So you've got something that looks like this. Thank goodness it doesn't look like a bum like last time. Oh my gosh, I still laugh about that. Oh guys, maybe not all of you've seen that, but there is one video that I did that when I was rolling the cane, when I was reducing it, ended up looking like a bum. It was so funny. Anyway, so when you've done that, we're just going to start reducing this a little bit. Not too much. We just want to make this into this black bit at the top into a point. So I'm just pressing all over and kind of pulling out as I go. I just want a nice triangle shape and a nice point at the top. Got an itch. And like I say, I'm not reducing this a great deal at this point. Just so long as we get a nice looking triangle like this. And I'm just going to tidy the ends again, because it does tend to lose its shape a little bit as you manipulate it. So you should end up with something like this, and that's as simple as this cane goes, to be honest with you, other than now to cut it in half, and watch me not cut it in half, but I'll try. I'm not that great at eyeballing. Whoops. I was a little off, but not too bad. That's pretty good for me, actually. So I'm just going to take a little bit off this end, just so they do fit together better. and you're just going to put point to point like this, and you're left with that. Okay, and I'm going to reduce this one more time. So start at the top where the black strip is again and reform that into the point and continue to make this into a triangular shape. This is a very simple cane, and you've probably seen something similar to this before. I'm not claiming it as my own idea. I just wanted to use a very simple cane, like I say, but do something a little bit different with it. And this is an easy one to do. So, I mean, it's a pretty good starting point for a more complex cane, I guess, but I'm just keeping this simple. I'm just pointing those edges, and I'm thinking, do I want to cut in half and re-stack? I think I am going to. You could stop here, or you could do another cut and rejoin. I just want a few more lines running through this. So just restack or re-put together like this, and again I've cut that a little big, so I'm just going to take that off. Okay, so you've now got this, so you've now got more petals because it kind of is like a flower. And I'm just going to reduce this again just a little bit into a nice pointed triangle, like so. So while I'm doing that, I might as well tell you a little funny story. I just did a giveaway in my group, and I explained the story in my group, and it goes like this. It was the other day, and I decided to reorganise my craft area, clean it up. It looked like a bomb had hit it. It looked terrible. But I'd also managed to have quite a bit of stuff migrate upstairs into my dining room, on the dining room table. So I gathered everything from upstairs that needed to be brought downstairs, and I just started to clean. I started to clean my craft area, and then I sat down and I was like, "Oh, I love it when it looks like this. When it's like so organised and I know where everything is and it's clean. It makes me want to create something in a nice clean space." So I thought, "Oh, I know. Those pieces that were upstairs in the dining room that I brought down need finishing. They need resin or findings putting on them, whatever." But I thought I might as well finish them. Could I find them? Nope. I'm like, what the heck did I do with those? So I was looking in all my drawers, in the garbage can. I thought, I bet you I threw them away by mistake. No, couldn't find them. And then it dawned on me. Guess where they were, guys? In my bra. They were in my bra. I use my bra as pockets sometimes, and I completely forgotten they were in there. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's where they were. Oh dear. So I told the story in the group, but they had to guess where the pieces had ended up. And it was driving me crazy because nobody was guessing it except one person. Now the competition was open to USA only, but the person that answered immediately, I might add, with the correct answer isn't in this country, so I had to disqualify her. She was cool about it, but we both decided that she guessed it so quickly because she's also British like me, and it must be a British thing to do. I mean, I don't know whether it is or not, but it was so funny. Anyway, eventually somebody got the right answer after several clues, but it was a good laugh anyway. So there's my little story, and there's my little cane. all nicely formed into a triangle, and that is literally all I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to, you know, cut it into sections and form it into a circle or whatever. I'm just keeping it like this. Now if you wanted to, you could cut it into, you know, equal sections and then put all the sections together to make a full cane. I'm just keeping it like this. So it's as easy as that. So I'm just going to go and off camera and get some more black clay and roll that out. Alright guys, I've rolled this out onto thicker setting on my pasta machine. And I'm just going to do a round pendant today, and I've also grabbed a little tiny piece of red, and this is just to give it a pop of colour. Alright, and all I'm going to do is take this cane, well, partial cane. I mean, it still is a cane because it's got the pattern running all the way through it, but you know what I mean. Alright, so I'm just going to take, whoops, if I can pick it up, I'm just going to take a fairly thick slice, like so. And I'm just going to make sure it's nicely firmly stuck onto my tile. And I'm just going to take thin slices from that one piece, like so. And I'm just going to make a veneer. It's as simple as that, but it just gives it a little bit of an abstracty look. And I'm just going to place that on there, like so. I need more room. I feel a little bit squashed sometimes, but this is all the room I have because obviously I can only film within the parameters of the camera. Alright, so I've cut off another piece and I'm just going to lay that next to there, like that. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep taking slices and you know, adding them wherever. Now that's a little thick, so I'm going to see if I can get one more slice from that. And you want them to be quite thin, as thin as you can get them really. But as you can see, I'm kind of putting this into a flower shape, and it doesn't matter if it splits like that. I want it to look a little bit raggedy on the edges, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, I'm just kind of forming that into a almost flower shape, but you can just take random slices and pop them wherever. Okay, I'm going to take another slice, fairly thick, press it onto my tile and just keep doing that. Oops. Now it's okay to overlap these pieces as well, I found, because if it's so thin and it's translucent, it does kind of give it a cool effect. So I'm going to overlap a little bit in areas like this bit here. Just take a thin slice of that. I'll just put that on the edge. So it's all on you how you want to decorate your slab, but you can do it the same way as me if you want to. Let's take a little piece and just add that there. And I'll put that there and overlap that slightly as well. Now you could reduce this if you wanted to make the slices smaller. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut this section of the cane and I'm just going to reduce this a little bit smaller so we can add some smaller slices as well. So, you know, to me this is a pretty cool way of using a cane, especially if you're not that competent at making them, which I feel I still am not, but I keep trying. But this is so simple, which is why I went with it, and it just, like I say, just gives a little bit of a different look. So I've just reduced this down a little bit, just so it's smaller, so I can get some smaller slices. Just get rid of the end, cut a piece off, give it a little squish, and now we can just take some smaller pieces off there, and again just add those wherever you think looks good. Like so. That's too thick. And let's just take another slice of this one. Might as well fill up the whole sheet. I mean, obviously I want some black showing through. I'm not going to cover the whole thing, but in terms of area, I want to fill it up. So let me think. Let's put that there. And this here. Oops. I'm just gonna, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put that there. Just to fill up some corners. We'll just cut one more piece. And slice it up. Alright, and I think that's as much as I'm going to do. No, I think I'm just going to cut one more tiny slice and just fill this area up a little bit. Oops. Like so. I think I need one more slice. And I'm just going to plop that there. Alright, so that's all there is to it, guys. That's the veneer. I just really love how it looks. But I am going to burnish it, so you are going to need one of these. You don't need to use this, you can use whatever you want to burnish, but these are really useful for burnishing. All the products I use will be linked in the description on my Amazon storefront. If you would so kindly order directly from there, it helps me get a little bit of commission. Thank you in advance. And I'm just burnishing this until it's completely flush on that black clay. And it's good to feel with your fingers once in a while. I'm just going to peel this off. There's a little bit there that's got a bit of a blemish on it, and this bit hasn't fully blended on there. And another bit here. Now ordinarily I would clean this with some rubbing alcohol, but when I cleaned my craft area the other day, I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm pretty sure I didn't stuff it in my bra though. I think I'd know about it by now. I'm looking now but I can't see it anywhere, so I'm just going to have to use a little wipe just to help clean off some of those areas that look a bit dirty. Like there's a little bit of white in there that I don't want, so I'm just going to pick that out. And here comes Tipsy. Give it another rub. I just like to make sure it's perfectly smooth before I bake it, and I really wish I'd got some rubbing alcohol. I wish I could find the bottle that I was using. That probably did end up in the garbage can, knowing me. Wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, I'm just giving it a little wipe with a wet wipe. Rubbing alcohol would be better because it actually removes any blemishes. But hey ho. But there you go. There's the veneer. And I personally really like it, and I wanted to try something a bit different. Sometimes I feel like I do too many faux stones. Well, not too many faux stones, but that's like all I do. I wanted to do something a bit different, so I'm just trying to see where I'm going to put this cutter. Now obviously you could make whatever you wanted with this, pendant, earrings, whatever. You could even cover something with it, like a jewellery box. That would look pretty nice. I might actually do that one day. So I just want to see how this is going to look, depending on where I put it. And I think I'm going to go with this smaller flower just here and just cut that out. As simple as that. Give it a little smooth. Get the edges nice and smooth and then gently lift it. Okay, and I'm just going to put it on this to dome it. You could use whatever you wanted. You could just use a little bowl just to dome it, give it a nice slight dome. Alright, so that's that, but I thought it would be nice just to add a pop of colour, just a tiny little pinch of red, and I mean tiny. And this can just be like the centre of the flower, if you will, if that's what you want to call it. And I'm just going to get something just to push a little centre in there like that. And I just really like that. I think we might add another little bit of red just there, a tiny one. So it gives, you know, the indication that there's another flower going off to the side. And again, I'm just going to push that in there like that. And that's it, guys. That's all I'm going to do to it other than bake it and sand it. And I think I will just sand it as well. I don't think I'm going to bother with resin or anything on this. But there you go, guys. Simple pendant. Looks kind of cool in my opinion. A bit abstracty. I'll go and bake this. I'll think of something else to make with the rest of the veneer, and I'll show you those at the end as well. But just for the purpose of the video, this is the pendant that's going to get baked. Alright guys, I'm going to go and do that and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back, and here's the pendant I made on camera. I've sanded it and buffed it, added a gorgeous pinch bail and a black organza and cord necklace. So there's that piece, and I just did one other piece today. I've not actually added the cord to it yet, but I did this heart shaped one. Now this heart shape was from Oh Joy Creations, and I just absolutely love her cutters, so I thought I'd try out this new one that she sent me. It's a really nice heart shape, so there's that as well. All the links will be in the description for the products that I've used, including the pinch bails and the cords, and also a link to Oh Joy Creations where you can find some amazing cutters and other stuff like silk screens. So there you go, guys. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you later. Bye.